Hello Whisperers, I'm your host Dr. Fee, and this is the Whispering Podcast. Today's episode is going to make you look at old buildings a little differently. Have you ever walked into a room and just felt something? Like the walls were holding their breath, the air had weight, memory, or even emotion. According to some paranormal theorists, that feeling might be more than just imagination. It might be the past playing itself back. That's right. Today, we're diving quietly into the stone tape theory, the idea that physical environments, especially stone or brick, can somehow record intense human emotion like trauma, grief, or violence, and then replay them under certain conditions, like a haunted DVD on loop. So here's my question to you. Can buildings record ghosts? So, what is the stone tape theory? The stone tape theory is a paranormal hypothesis that suggests that the materials in a building, stone, brick, wood, can absorb energy from human experiences. And under the right conditions, these materials can replay those experiences, almost like a recording, in the form of ghostly apparitions, sounds, sensations, environmental experiences. Think of it like this. The environment acts like a memory card, but instead of digital files, it's emotional or psychic energy that gets stored. The most common replayed events are often traumatic: a murder, a tragic death, war, grief, fear. Emotions that at that time of event are so high, they leave such a strong imprint on the place. The idea isn't that there's a conscious ghost floating around. It's more like a residual energy on loop, an echo of something that once happened, repeating with no awareness or intent. This is what paranormal researchers often call a residual haunting. So, where did the origins of this hypothesis come from? The term stone tape theory was made popular in 1972 when the BBC aired a chilling science fiction television play called The Stone Tape, written by Nigel Kneale. In the story, a team of scientists moves into a Victorian mansion to develop a new recording technology. But they soon discover that the building itself seems to be playing back ghostly events from the past. In the show, the team theorise that the stone walls of the house have somehow recorded the tragic death of a maid, and certain people within their team, especially women, are more sensitive to playing back these recordings. While the BBC play was fictional, it sparked genuine interest in the paranormal and influenced a lot of ghost hunters and parapsychologists in the years that followed. But the idea actually predates the show by more than a century. In 1838, English mathematician Charles Babbage, the same gentleman credited with inventing the concept of the computer, suggested in his writings that words spoken into the air are never truly lost, but leave behind an eternal impression on the surrounding environment. Later, in 1842, American professor Joseph Rhodes Buchanan proposed a concept called psychometry, claiming that objects can absorb and retain memories from their owners, and that psychically gifted people can read them. So, even before modern audio technology existed, the idea that the environment can store memories was floated around. Hauntings and the tape playing back. What do I mean? Let's bring this down to ground level. The stone tape theory is often used to explain ghost sightings where there are no intelligent interaction. You see a woman in a white dress pacing the hallway every night at the same time. She never speaks, she never notices you, never changes her behaviour. That's not an interactive spirit, it's a replay. Ghost hunters will often refer to these as residual hauntings, different from intelligent hauntings where the spirit is aware and can respond to you. Under the stone tape model, that pacing woman isn't really a ghost. She's an energy imprint, an echo of a moment that was emotionally charged enough to embed itself into the environment. Now, when we talk about emotionally charged environments, we're thinking about situations similar to battlefields where traumatic deaths occur en masse. Old castles or prisons, especially those made of limestone or granite, even quartz. Homes with a history of violence, where later tenants experience strange sounds or visions. When we're talking about buildings that are made of limestone or granite or quartz, this is because they are immensely good at storing and releasing energy. They convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. So, what does science say? Well, I'm a doctor of philosophy, and as such, I need to know that if we are going to stand behind a theory, we have proof, definitive proof, that this theory is correct, that it can stand up on its own, that it can face ridicule and criticism, and actually we can go, no, it is correct. But I am all for going down any rich rabbit hole you want to send me down in terms of theory, conspiracy theories. Love a good conspiracy theories. But we have to be able to prove that the theory is correct. Otherwise, it doesn't stand, does it? It is just speculation. So we need to be able to prove these wonderful concepts into actual solid fact. So, in the interests of a fair argument, let's jump over the fence and sit in Team Skeptics camp. At the moment, there is no scientific evidence that stones or buildings can record or replay human emotions. No controlled experiment has shown that residual energy can be stored in brick or stone, let alone replayed as an apparition or a sound. The human mind, however, is very good at pattern recognition, especially in dark, echoey spaces. The creak of old wood, the moan of a wind tunnel, the flicker of light. Our brains will fill in the blanks, especially when primed by fear or expectation. Skeptics argue that confirmation bias, suggestibility, and natural environmental factors like electromagnetic fields, mold, infrasound, or even carbon monoxide can all cause hallucinations, unease, and feeling of being watched. Even the materials themselves, like old stone and wood, are excellent at producing random sounds due to temperature shifts, pressures, and decay. Parapsychologist Richard Wiseman has criticised the stone tape theory as a pseudo-scientific explanation that has no backing. And geologist Sharon Hill has written that people often attach science-y sounding words like vibration, energy, and quartz to make paranormal claims sound more credible. Now that is a very compelling argument, and if we just take it at face value, I think I probably would actually place myself in Team Skeptics camp. But why do people still believe? Here's the thing. The theory persists not because it's scientifically validated, but because it offers a narrative framework for experiences people struggle to explain. People don't just believe in the stone tape theory because they want to. Many feel something in certain places of grief, war, heartbreak, or violence, and this theory offers a way to make sense of those feelings. It blends psychology, spirituality, and a touch of pseudoscience to create a story we can grasp. And even if it's not true in the lab, it might feel true in the moment, in that shadowed corridor, in that cold corner of the attic, in the haunted hallway where no one wants to walk alone. Maybe the theory persists not because it records truth, but because it records meaning. So, here are my closing thoughts. Does the stone tape theory prove that ghosts are real? No. But it does speak to a deeper truth, a truth of being able to understand human emotion and reaction, not always in a literal sense, but in a psychic, emotional, symbolic way. And whether or not stone really records us, we know that we record it. The stories we tell about these places shape how we experience them, and sometimes that's powerful enough on its own. Thank you so much for listening to today's Whisper. If you have any stories you'd like to share or thoughts on today's episode, let us know at hello@sacredwhispering.co.uk. Don't forget to like this episode, and definitely don't forget to hit subscribe. Until next time, sleep well.